The reality you see is not just what exists outside of you. It is a mirror of what lives inside you. Every thought you think, every emotion you suppress, every belief you carry, they all shape the world you walk in. Life doesn't just happen to you, it reflects you. So if your outer world feels heavy, chaotic, or limiting, it's time to stop trying to control it and start healing within. Because the truth is, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are aligned with. And alignment comes through inner healing. You've been taught to chase results, to push harder, to change your habits, your environment, your relationships. But even when those things shift, they don't always stick. Why? Because the root of your reality is your inner state. The energy you carry is more powerful than the actions you take. You can't create lasting change with the same emotional wounds that created your current patterns. Until you heal what's within, you will keep attracting versions of the same story over and over again. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about removing the layers of fear, pain, and programming that have covered who you truly are. It's about facing the parts of yourself you've been taught to ignore, hide, or suppress. And it's about releasing the emotional weight you've carried for far too long. When you begin to heal, you don't just feel better. You see differently, choose differently, and live differently. Your energy becomes clear, your choices become aligned, your reality begins to shift effortlessly. You may not realize it, but your unhealed wounds are speaking louder than your words. The fear of being abandoned, it influences who you attract. The guilt you never released, it shapes what you allow. The grief you didn't process, it dulls your joy. These energies are like frequencies you're unconsciously broadcasting into the world, and the universe responds not to what you say, but to what you truly feel and believe. Healing allows you to tune into a higher frequency, one of peace, clarity, and empowerment. And from that space, reality bends in your favor. Start by looking within, not with judgment, but with curiosity. Ask yourself, what patterns keep repeating in my life? What emotions do I avoid? Where do I feel stuck or triggered? These questions are not meant to shame you. They are keys to your liberation. Your emotions are messengers. They point to places that need love, not rejection. When you give yourself permission to feel, you begin the process of releasing. You give energy permission to move again. And when energy moves, life moves. Many people want to skip the healing. They want to manifest success, love, abundance, but they don't want to face the internal blocks standing in the way. That's like trying to plant seeds in toxic soil. You might see some growth, but it won't last. True manifestation requires a healed foundation. When you remove the subconscious fears, the limiting beliefs, the inner resistance, you create space for miracles. Not because the outside changed, but because you did. Healing isn't linear. It's not always easy. Some days you'll feel powerful breakthroughs. Other days, old pain may resurface. But that's not a failure. It's part of the process. Growth is not comfortable. Transformation is not neat, but it is worth it. Every tear you shed, every fear you confront, every truth you speak brings you closer to your true self. And the closer you are to your truth, the more magnetic your energy becomes. You're not healing because you're broken. You're healing because you're awakening. You're remembering that you are whole, that you are powerful, that you are the creator of your experience. The pain you went through wasn't your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. Not because you owe it to anyone else, but because you deserve to live free. You deserve a reality that reflects your light, not your wounds. One of the most powerful tools in inner healing is self-compassion. You cannot shame yourself into change. You cannot hate yourself into wholeness. You must love yourself through the process. Even when you fall back into old patterns. Even when you feel like you're not making progress. Speak to yourself with kindness. Be gentle with your inner child. Hold space for your emotions. That softness is not weakness. It's what allows true transformation. Another key is forgiveness, not just of others but of yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over pain. It means letting go of the energy that's been keeping you trapped. When you forgive, you free yourself from the emotional contracts that keep you tied to the past. You cut cords with the versions of you that were just trying to survive. And in that space, a new you begins to rise. Inner healing also requires presence. You cannot heal what you constantly avoid. Turn off the noise. Sit with yourself. Breathe. Listen. Feel. Let your body speak. Let your heart release. You don't need to overanalyze. You just need to be willing to feel. Emotions are energy. When they are felt fully, they pass through. It is the resistance, the suppression, the fear of feeling that keeps them stuck. The more you allow, the more you release. As you heal, you'll start to see your reality shift. People who drain you will fall away. Opportunities that align with your truth will show up. Your intuition will get stronger. You'll feel less reactive, more grounded, more in flow. Life won't always be easy, but you'll respond from a place of wisdom, not wounds. You'll stop chasing validation. You'll stop settling for less. Because when you're whole within, you stop looking for someone else to complete you. You become your own source. This is not about bypassing pain or pretending everything is fine. Healing is the most courageous work you'll ever do. It asks you to be honest, to face yourself, to take ownership. But it also gives you back your power. When you heal from within, you stop being a victim of circumstance and become the author of your reality. You realize that you don't need to force or control. You simply need to align. Your reality is responding to you in every moment. If you want to attract love, become love. If you want to attract peace, embody peace. If you want abundance, release the scarcity that lives within. The external follows the internal. Always. This is not philosophy, it is energetic law. The world is a mirror, and when you shift, everything else does too. Don't wait for your reality to change before you heal. Heal first, and the reality will follow. Don't wait for perfect circumstances. Start where you are, with your breath, with your awareness, with your willingness. You have the power. You always did. Healing is your path back to it. There will be moments when you question if it's working. Moments when you wonder if anything is really changing. But trust this, nothing is more powerful than the persons who chooses to face themselves, to love themselves, to transform from within. You may not see the results overnight, but something is always shifting. With every tear released, with every truth spoken, with every old belief dissolved, the foundation of your reality is being rebuilt, one moment at a time. Celebrate the small wins. The days you chose peace over reaction, the times you said no to what drains you, the boundaries you honored, the emotions you allowed. These moments are signs of healing. They matter. And as they add up, your life begins to reflect the new energy you're living in. Healing isn't about reaching a destination. It's a lifelong journey, a commitment to your truth, a devotion to your soul. And the deeper you go, the more beautiful your outer world becomes. Because your reality is simply a canvas, and your healed energy is the brush. So don't be afraid to go within. Don't be afraid to feel. Don't be afraid to let go of what no longer serves you. On the other side of healing is not just a better version of you, it's a better life. A life that feels like freedom. A life that feels like love. A life that reflects the truth of who you are. You were not meant to live trapped by your past. You were not born to repeat old patterns. You are here to evolve, to rise, to reclaim your power, and to create a reality that reflects your wholeness. The answers you seek are not out there, they are within. The peace you crave is not in the next achievement or relationship, it's in your connection to yourself. The abundance you desire is not something you chase, it's something you allow. Once you heal the part of you that doesn't feel worthy of receiving, every part of you is welcome. The parts that feel strong and the parts that feel broken, the light and the shadow, the past and the potential. When you bring love to all of it, when you stop running from yourself, something magical happens. You remember who you really are. And from that remembrance, you begin to attract a reality that feels like home. So keep going, keep healing, keep showing up. You are not behind, you are not lost, you are unfolding. And every step you take within brings you closer to the life you were always meant to live. Not one built from fear, but one anchored in freedom. Not one driven by wounds, but one led by wisdom. You are your own healer, your own guide, your own source. And the moment you choose to trust that, your entire world begins to transform.